Hello, gorgeous Taurus, and welcome to your Taroscope for April 2017. There's a lot going on in April for all the signs, and you are no exception, Taurus, especially in your career sector. It seems like everybody has the opportunity to move forward and to really expand their careers and their monetary gains as well. So it's a good month for that. So Taurus, I'm going to I'm going to cast a Celtic cross for you, especially for things regarding your career and your ventures, and I'm going to do a love spread apart from that after this. So, Taurus, salt of the earth, my ascending sign is Taurus, so I have a little bit of that energy and that drive, and of course, that love for everything beautiful and luscious, for all the good things, and Taurus, you're a really special sign, because you've got both the determination, the drive, the independence, and that ability to relax, to be good to yourself, to take care of yourself, and make yourself beautiful. Okay, so this is my first video for Taurus, as this is a brand new channel. So just for you to know, I have to shuffle until the cards are in the right order, because we have to give, the gods, we have to give the angels, we have to give the magic of the tarot cards the opportunity to go in the right order. And we're going to specifically ask that question of the cards in the Celtic cross with fixed positions so we can get accurate answers of how you can move forward this month in the best way. If there's any pitfalls, if there's any things that you have to consider in order to be successful. And any negative or challenging cards are actually good, because they show us what we need to change in order to get to the best result, right? Does that make sense? Okay, are you ready, Taurus? I'm excited because this reading is important for me, because the ascending sign, is very important in everybody's chart. So let's see. Let's see what's coming up. Okay, the cards are almost ready. Almost there. Okay, there we go. Okay, first card. These are the energies you're going into April with. All right, first card. I flip them like this. The Empress reversed. That's interesting. The first thing that comes to my mind for this Taurus is that maybe you have not been feeling too charitable. Maybe there's been some situations in your life where you had a resistance to being your usual nurturing, loving, grounded self. Can that be? The Empress reversed, because the Empress is the mother, the nourisher. She's the one who is there for everybody. She thinks of everybody first. She's bountiful. She's beautiful. She is just, the big mother queen. So because she's reversed, she's coming up reversed, it means that you have been blocked in some way of living out your true full nature regarding this, regarding nurturing others, regarding feeling beautiful and feeling as though things are coming into your life, that things are bountiful. So perhaps March has been that month that's been, not the best for you feeling that way. So that's what you're going into April with this energy. So let's see how we can resolve and release that energy. Okay, here, just so you see, I'm putting down the cards in the Celtic cross. I'll be flipping this little camera up and down. I'm sorry, I hope it doesn't annoy you too much, but I want you to see the cards and also see what I'm talking about. Second card position. This is what's helping or hindering you. All right. Okay. The Four of Cups upright. Taurus. Why do you have this card here, I wonder? Okay, because look, this card shows that perhaps you're not willing to accept what's being offered to you from the outside, accept help from others, accept offerings from others, accept love, accept cooperation. What's going on, Taurus? Have you been closed off a little bit? Is that why you've been feeling like this? You know, these two cards go together, you know, feeling not your best, not your most beautiful, not your most caring, not your most loving. And perhaps because you've been blocked in some way at receiving those things, at receiving, because, you know, Taurus, I think you're one of those signs who likes to do things by yourself sometimes. You know, you're so solid and so strong and so driven that you want to do things by yourself, and you can, but sometimes it's important to accept help. Sometimes it's really important to open yourself up to receiving as well. So there's been a little bit of blockage in giving and receiving, okay? That's what you're going into April with. So let's see how we can resolve this, because we want to be successful, right? This is our question. Okay, now the next card. Okay, this gives us maybe a little bit of an answer. This is the root. Those are the hidden things. That's what's going on underneath the surface of this situation. And it's the Five of Wands. So it looks like you have had to deal with a lot of conflict. Now, this isn't like the worst traumatic conflict, Taurus. This is more like a lot of struggles that have been going on in your life, like lots of small things. They could have been larger things, but it's not like the tower where everything kind of collapses, where there's a big disaster. This is an indication of a lot of small, annoying things that are going on, and struggles, bumps in the road, conflicts with people, things that have been disturbing you, things that have been upsetting you, you know, like 1,000 pinpricks, or, you know, those things that just don't stop annoying you, those things that are like kind of pushing your boundaries again and again and again, pushing your buttons again and again and again, you know, and that kind of all accumulates, that comes together to perhaps form this situation. And, you know, Taurus, I think you're so nourishing and loving and kind that sometimes, even if you feel like this, you force yourself to be like this anyways, right? So, you know, it's the caregiver syndrome a little bit, that even though you're not feeling it, you know, you have to be there. You feel like you have to be grounded. You have to be helpful. You have to be the stable one anyways, all right? So you have been dealing with a lot of conflict, and that's not easy. That's not easy. So it's totally understandable. So let's continue the next one. This is the recent past. Let's see if we get a little more insight. Recent past. Okay. All right, Taurus, you've been dealing with some stuff here. My goodness. The Eight of Cups. The recent past, Taurus. I think there has been, think about it. Okay, just review the last couple months. Think about if someone has left you, if you had to leave, if you had to leave something behind, if there was something missing in your life, something lost in your life. That's the feeling that I get. A sense of loss, a sense of having to leave, having to move. Look at this card, right? Look. This is you kind of going away, leaving where you are, kind of in a sad way. It could also have been another person who did this in your life. So this is a card of a little bit of emotional abandonment. You know, sometimes these things are not actually a person who goes and leaves. This is within you. These kinds of situations can happen within you because it's cups. This is emotions. It's an emotional distancing from something physically and or emotionally. So it looks like in the last few months, you might have had some tough situations going on there. Okay, so let's see. And this, of course, I mean, this we are asking about career, about ventures, also personal ventures, not necessarily love, but, you know, it affects us. Everything that goes on in our life, especially in our love life, does affect us professionally as well. So let's continue to see how this goes on. Now we're going to move into the position of going a little more towards the future. Okay, this is the present, the underlying forces, the struggle, the past. Now we're going to look at your attitude going into April. This is your forecast, the weather forecast, what you think is going to happen, the attitude, what you expect to happen. So this is a very interesting one. Okay, let's see here. Oh, the Ace of Swords. Oh, Taurus. Why are you thinking this? Are you doubting yourself, Taurus? Don't doubt yourself. Things may have been tough, but is there a part of you that's doubting your success? Is there a part of you that is thinking, I can't do it, I can't make it, I'm not gonna be successful this month, things have been really hard, I've been struggling, it's all too much. Have you been thinking that? Is there a part of you that's been thinking that? If there is, you know, this is what I was saying at the beginning of the reading. I was saying that if a card comes up, and up to now, every single card has been a challenging one, okay? Those are indicators of what's going on in your life, of what you have to become aware of and change, okay? This is not, I'm not doing fortune telling here. I'm looking at your present timeline. I'm looking at your situation and seeing what is coming up and what you can do about it if it's not going the way you want, okay? If there's been difficult situation, if you're struggling, if there's something coming up that's a challenge, look at it and change it. That's what the tarot is for. That's what we read for. Kind of like when you're driving along, and I think I gave this example in the Aries video. You're driving along, around the corner is a drunk driver with a big bus coming towards you. You don't see it, you're gonna round the corner and you might crash. But if someone says, hey, this is coming towards you, there's a disaster coming, detour, what do? You take the next turn out and you avoid it. So that's how I see this. So Taurus, you have to search within yourself where there is some negative thinking, these negative thought patterns, the negative expectations, the expectations of, oh, it's too much, I can't do it, I'm not going to be victorious. This is the victory card. This is the winner card. This is like, yes, I can do it. It's a little bit forceful, this card, right? But turned around, it's like, oh, I don't want to force it. I don't want to be so... And what's going on? Because Taurus, you have exceptional drive and stubbornness in there as well. You are, you're very strong. So it shouldn't be a problem for you to turn this attitude around. So please do that, Taurus. Now let's continue here. Let's continue with the spread. Now what I want to do, I want to lay out the next cards. Okay, let's go like this. The next one's in the spread because I'm not going to turn them over in order. All right, I'm going to turn them over in a different way because that's how I was taught by my master, my tarot master, who was so good. So we're going to skip the near future for the moment. We'll turn that over later, and we're going to go right here to your fears. This card represents your fears. Perhaps you've not learned the Celtic cross this way, but this is the way I've learned it, and this is really good. It works. Your fears. The Emperor. Okay, Taurus. What does that tell you? This represents your fears. This card represents authority. This is the person who rules over everybody else. This is the person who does use his force and authority to make decisions. It's usually, a good person. He's strict, but he's not bad. He would be bad this way around. But this is an energy of, I rule, I know what's best, and you do what I say, okay? Of absolute authority. So, Taurus, it's interesting because I see that this could go both ways. This could be that you do not like to be told what to do. You don't like someone ruling over you. You don't like someone, being authoritarian, being bossy. So think if there's a person in your life who might be standing in your way, who might be blocking you a little bit, who's like, who's there. It could be a family member. It could be someone at work. alternately, because the funny thing is I usually know if it's you or the other person, but I see this as a theme because you're strong. You're, you know, like this. I know I have that in me too. And perhaps you don't want to be too overpowering and too forceful. You know, you don't want to be the bully, be the boss. You know, sometimes we do that. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we want to, you know, fight for our interests and we end up being a little bit too harsh or we end up bullying other people without even realizing it, right? And other people do that to us. So that's a theme. That's a theme of bullying. I see it like that, of being too strong, being authoritarian, of having a lot of responsibility. I don't think you fear the responsibility, Taurus. You know, that's absolutely not. So ponder on this for a little bit, okay? Because this, something like this, you know, can really be a factor of holding you back, all right? So far this has been an interesting reading, okay? Let's continue here. Next card. Let's continue with outside influences. Another reversed card. Oh, Taurus. Oh. Taurus, what are you doing? You're killing me with this reading. The Page of Cups reversed. Okay. Taurus. You have got allies and you're not listening to them. You've got people with really good advice. You've got friends, family, you've got your angels, you've got intuitive whispers, you've got some good information coming in that you are not listening to. The Page of Cups reversed. Look, he is receiving information because he's intuitive, he's open, he's listening closely. This is not someone saying, you have to do this and this and this. This is, you know, a message coming in very gently, you know, very quietly from within, I would say, and from without as well. So, who have you not been listening to? Who wants to help? Where have you missed some kind of communication? You know, that quiet voice. And as we're talking about career and projects like that, maybe there's someone that you've missed who could really be your ally, who wants to help you. Someone who, you know, doesn't seem at first to be very beneficial, but someone who could really give you good advice, who can give you emotional, you know, cups, who can give you emotional strength and stability, who can root for you, who can be kind of an anchor. And also, of course, the angels, the whispers from the angels, my friends. Okay, perhaps it's time to do a little bit of meditation going into April. You know, slowing down and meditating and listening to that intuition whispering to you. You know, every single person on this planet is intuitive and is psychic. It's just a matter of listening and accepting and practicing, okay? There's very few natural-born psychics who, without any work, just simply start receiving download. Usually, the normal mortals, like 99.999%, have to work for it a little bit, okay? So I would say, this is saying just meditate, do your meditation, do your daily practice. You know, let the themes marinate within you. Let them kind of go around your subconscious mind. And then when you still your mind, when you calm down, the answers start to come. And those are the answers from your intuition and from your higher self, which is in contact with your guides and your angels, you know, your legions of light from the other side. So this is a very interesting card. So let's see, Taurus, if you get one brilliant positive card, or if they're all just advice cards to help you, you know, to uplift you a little bit. All right, let's continue. Let's see your hopes and dreams. Another reversed card. Okay. All right, Taurus. This is good, you know. We're not here to say, oh, everything will be happy and floozy. You know that. It's okay. We're here to give good advice and to make sense. The Page of Swords reversed. Okay, this is interesting because this goes together with your fears. Your fears. the harsh authority figure, your hopes, the Page of Swords reversed, which is again harsh words, arguments, which is, you know, something delivered in a harsh way. The Page of Swords reversed doesn't talk kindly. It's like he's got a sharp cutting tongue. So what's been going on, Taurus? Who's been around there? I have the feeling that someone has been suppressing you a little bit. Someone has been not very kind to you, okay? Perhaps it's time to listen to your intuition and find a way to maybe, you know, to take this person out of your consciousness, if not out of your life, and how to deal with it. We've all had people who have been like this, who are there, who are just part of our life, who are a little bit overpowering, not a little bit, perhaps a little more, who are very authoritarian, a little almost to the point of being a bully, like I said. And if we have these people in our lives, we have to find a way to deal with that, to at some point just step away, you know, cut the cords and not let it affect us anymore. All right? These harsh words have been going back and forth. My goodness. All right, continuing on. I'm not going to expect anything, Taurus. Not expecting. Let's see now. Now it's time. Near future and outcome. So let's see. Okay, the 8 of Swords in the near future. The outcome, the 2 of Swords reversed. Wow. Taurus, you have the most difficult reading of all the zodiac signs so far, but you can handle it and you know what to do. All right, near future and outcome. Sorry, the outcome was reversed. I just picked it up in the wrong way. There. Now look at these for a moment. And this is not a bad development. The 8 of Swords upright in the near future means still a little bit of confusion and feeling confined that you want to break out. No wonder. You've been dealing with some stuff here, okay? You have been dealing with some stuff. And I hope this resonates with you a little bit, Taurus. If it doesn't, remember that we have 3 ways of connecting with the energies. If you have Taurus, if you have your Sun in Taurus, or ascending sign or moon as well, okay? And sometimes those 3 signs can be stronger or weaker, but you know, you still are Taurus, Sun in Taurus, so some of this should at least make sense to you a little bit. Okay, so this feeling of being trapped, I think this will continue a little bit into the first part of April. But look, this is the resolution. Oh, and I'm glad that this came up, because look at this. Upright, it's the 2 of Swords, which means total block. That means no, stop. I'm not seeing. I don't know how to get out of this. But it comes up as the 2 of Swords reversed. That means the blockage is going to be released this month. The blockages will be released. All these struggles, all these problems, all you know, the past card here of, you know, a feeling of loss, of leaving, of being left, of abandonment. That feeling of, oh my God, I can't do it anymore. There's no way I can continue and be victorious. That part of you, the near future, you know, going into April, of still feeling like, feeling bound and entangled and blocked. You know, this authority figure, this, you know, whoever that is, you know, this looming over you, or perhaps part of you being like this too, you know, the harsh words, all this will be released, because look, 1, 2, 3, 4 swords cards, Taurus, 4 swords. And I mean, when swords come up, swords have to do with problems, with, you know, negative thought patterns, with things that are difficult. That's the difficult suit. You've got 4 of them, and all of them in a difficult position, except for this one. You know, if you look at this spread, the outcome card is actually the one card that is showing a super positive development there. So I think it shows up that you've been having to deal with so much, and in April, what you've been dealing with, January, February, and March, will relieve itself. You know, it will, you know, this blockage will, you know, when the cards are reversed, it means a lightening of that situation. It lightens up, you know, it's released, it's resolved. So that blockage is going to be resolved in April, okay? I mean, a card is still what it is. It's still the Two of Swords, but it's a situation that will be turned around. So that situation that I've been talking about here in this whole spread is going to be resolved. But you have to do your work, Taurus. Remember, things sometimes just resolve themselves, but it's also your work. It's also how you handle these things, because, you know, life isn't easy. Life, for most of us, is not a breeze. There's a lot going on. In the world, there's a lot going on out there. Politics, it's absolutely insane. Economically speaking. And since we are talking about your business, your work, your ventures, you know, all these things, it looks like, have been kind of blocking that jump forward, have been blocking your ability to really move forward in the way that you want. But in April it's going to happen, okay? In April, the blockage will be released, and it looks like you will move forward if you do your meditation. Meditate. It's so important to just, you know, come to yourself, calm down, meditate, be aware of this, you know, and you have to find solutions. You have to do your work this month, Taurus. You have to do your work. Sometimes some months are just like everything flows. It's absolutely automatic and natural. But this month of April, I think you can move forward in a big way if you work on it. Perhaps more than those signs that just have it easy and breezy and with everything flowing, if they don't work on it, you know. Sometimes if everything's so smooth and you just kind of like, you lay back and relax and you don't work on it and you don't move forward. You don't take the opportunity of those energies. And maybe Taurus, you know, we've got a lot of planets in retrograde. Venus retrograde is still going on till the 15th. I mean, that is considerable. Mercury retrograde is starting at the end of April. There's two other planets which are stopping and then, you know, being stationary, moving backwards. So I think April is a huge month for, you know, going within, working with those challenges that you've had, but also it's an opportunity, okay? I think here there's huge opportunities to free yourself from what's been holding you back, to free yourself from those relationships that have been like too overpowering, to free yourselves from the conflicts, right? To open your intuition, you know, to really make sure you don't take any bullshit from anyone, or that you yourself start to speak gentler, be kinder to yourself and to your others. Kind words, you know, a lot of love, that you open yourself up a little bit. You don't have to do everything by yourself, right? So that beautiful, earthy, grounded, nurturing way of your being, you know, that's also like in your genes. This is you, Taurus, that this will be unblocked, that this can come out again, okay? So Taurus, here, one last look. This is your reading, Taurus, and I'm sorry if it all sounded a little bit hard, but that's what I'm here for, Taurus, okay? I'm not here to just, you know, make everybody feel good and happy all the time. I want to give some real solid advice. I want to really help and assist you in moving forward and speak how it is, okay? So I have to take this to heart too, because it's my ascending sign. So beautiful Tauruses, thank you so much for being with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. This is a brand new channel, so if you like this, if you have a comment, if it resonates or if it doesn't, please say so down below, and please like and subscribe, and well, I'm sending you lots of love, and that your April goes well, and that you can unblock whatever needs to be unblocked. You can work through everything so you can move forward in a positive way. Thank you so much. I'm Natasha, your Queen of Wands.